Yeah, right now for the Australian Music Show, Jay and Lenny from Tumbleweed. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, did you notice how I didn't say Sydney band?
Yeah, I did actually. I was going to butt in and say, Wollongong, we're from Wollongong.
Yeah, I mean, to people who live in Perth, it doesn't really matter whether you come from Sydney or Wollongong, does it?
Sydney band, like, we're not a Wollongong band. We live in Wollongong, but we're a Sydney band.
What does that mean?
We play in Sydney, but we live in Wollongong.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it, all this? Yeah, it's all a bit provincial. Now, for people who aren't aware too much about where Tumbleweed stem from, you're actually the ruins of a band called the Proton Energy Pills who were around a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
What happened to them, and why did you decide to, you know, about face and turn into Tumbleweed?
I don't know, it just sort of happened. We, like me and Lenny, we were in the Protons, and it sort of broke up without us. We didn't have anything to do with that band breaking up. Like, it was more between the other two guys that aren't in the band anymore, and I don't know, it just stopped, and we got this band happening.
So you felt that you needed an avenue to vent your frustrations and your musical creativity?
Yeah, kind of.
No, we just want to keep on
Oh,
playing.
no. No, it's just, yeah, we got into different music too once the Proton Energy Pills split up. We didn't write any of the songs. We were just three, you know, young dudes who could play the instruments. So now that, you know, we have all the artistic control, or it's a communal thing now, all five of us contribute equally. So it's a lot different and it's a lot better for us, and we're a lot older now, so we kind of, I don't know, musically a little bit more together, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Tumbleweed, for people who haven't seen you, you're pretty damn full-on on stage.
Pretty damn full-on.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen us either.
I can imagine it being full-on though.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that like is this the image that you're trying to portray, this one of a band that's like pretty full-on and live, and rather than being, say, a studio band?
No, we just do what we do, and I don't know, that's how it's taken,
Yeah. I don't really think about it that much, but I kind of like the idea of being pretty extremely full-on without being a thrash heavy metal wanker band.
Yeah. And you toured around the country with Nirvana, which would have been good for your profile too, so I suppose a whole bunch of people saw you then. What was that like, that experience? That would have been perhaps, what, your first major tour around the country, was it?
We did a Mudhoney one.
Tumbleweed,
Yeah.
We did a Mudhoney one as the Protons and stuff, but this one was just weird. It was so big, and there was so many people, and there was so many important people around and stuff. So it was really good in that aspect, and a lot of people saw us, and a lot of people really liked us. So.
And we did really well.
And we played really well too.
All
like
the shows we did good.
Mm. Is it reflected in your headlining shows yet? The fact that people saw you at Nirvana and perhaps have come back?
I think so. Like after the Nirvana show, like we've pretty well guaranteed that when we go to a gig, there's going to be a lot of people there. Like, we always feel comfortable, and whenever we get there, we're always really happy with the crowd. So before that, it was always like, oh no, you know, how many people are going to come tonight? But now it's like we're pretty confident,
safe
that we're going to get a good crowd.
Now, there's always been a really strong guitar-based sound in Sydney and in Australia, as in the indie scene.
Yep.
But do you think that perhaps the success of people like from overseas, like Nirvana and Soundgarden and stuff, is perhaps being reflected now that people are more open to that sort of sound?
I think it is. It is with us. I don't know about any other band. Can't really hear it in that many other bands in Sydney at the moment. They're kind of still on that Faith No More trip. But with us, it's really big. Like, Soundgarden and Nirvana are like, you know, that's what we want to do, you know. But I don't know about anyone else in Sydney. But there is a heavy guitar thing in there. It's through the, you know, Radio Birdman and the Rifles and stuff, the Australian tradition. But yeah, and we're influenced by that too, and we're heavily influenced by the Soundgarden Nirvana thing coming through.
Sure, and I suppose in that respect, if Tumbleweed were to expand out of the country, America would be the place that you'd be looking to go?
Yep, definitely, like America,
Europe, I dig to go to Europe.
Yeah, and Europe as well.
I think we'd do better in Europe for some reason.
Why is that, like following the tradition of like the Cosmic Psychos and people like that? Or?
I don't know, I've just spoken to like some people that I know, and they reckon that Europe, in there, people are a lot more open-minded about, like, they go to a gig and they like, okay, who's this band, and they just put everything into it, and like, I just reckon it would be cool there.
Yeah, well, what we might do is we might have you've got a new EP out, and we'll talk about that in just a smidge. What we might do is have a listen to it, and we'll speak about it in a moment. With me in the studio right now, Jay and Lenny from Tumbleweed. This is their brand new EP, which hasn't been released yet. Will be out in the shops next week. This track's called Carousel. That's a brand new single there, well, should I say a brand new EP from Tumbleweed, a track called Carousel from their EP Theatre of Gnomes. The first time you would have heard that anywhere, in fact. Not released until next week. With me in the studio, Jay and Lenny from Tumbleweed. Now, while we were playing that, you were just saying that that's not particularly indicative of what the band's doing right this very moment, because you recorded that like last Christmas, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's just one song we wrote. It's really pretty and it's not like us at all. Like we're pretty sort of straight to the point, heavy.
Yeah.
That one's one of the tamer ones.
Yeah.
The radio-friendly track.
Yeah, I confess. Radio friendly. No, it's just we wrote a lot of different songs, and a lot of them come out sounding like different, and we don't know what it's going to sound like. And then when we were going to record, we recorded that one, and next thing you know, it's a single, and it's the song that everyone's fussing over, and it's like, to us, it was just going to be a song to fill out a record or something. It wasn't going to be the big single sort of thing, so it's odd.
And you've just actually finished recording a new EP, so you don't muck around, eh?
Yep.
Yeah,
And is that a little more punchy, a little more to the point?
Yeah. We dig that heaps more.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that new one.
And you sent this, both of the tapes of the records, overseas to Doug Colson. For people who don't know, he did the Smashing Pumpkins record, amongst other things. Why did you decide to go overseas to get it mixed, and why him?
I just think American standards of independent production are a lot better than Australian standards, and it's a lot safer, and it's just, I think, I listen to American independent music more than any other music, and I always like the production, so that's what I want to sound like, so I think it's a lot safer for us to send it over there.
And there was no one really in Australia that we were happy with.
Right.
Probably a couple of people, but it's I just prefer to send it over to America. It looks good on the records too.
With an American producer.
Yeah.
Why Doug? How did you get involved with him?
Chris said just...
We wanted to get Butch Vig, but because of the Nirvana album, of course, Butch Vig is all of a sudden very popular.
And expensive, no doubt.
And expensive. And Doug Colson was his left-hand man, and so we got him. And originally we wanted to get Butch Vig and Doug Colson because they did The Fluid, and we're like big Fluid fans, and we're kind of almost similar to The Fluid, and we really like the work he does with them, so we thought, yeah, we'll give this guy a go. He'd be the best for us.
And he was obviously impressed by your records as well.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Or did you just pay him a lot of money?
No, apparently he liked it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of paying a lot of money, there has been some rumours around town that Tumbleweed have been actively pursued by major labels. Is this the case in point, or shall we not talk about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's interest there.
There's one guy in America who's been particularly nice to us,
Uh-huh.
and he digs us, but you know.
I haven't signed nothing yet.
Yeah.
Is major label the way to go, or are you quite happy being a waterfront band?
No, I want money and lots of it.
Don't we all?
Afford a pack of cigarettes,
I
so.
confess, yep. And it's kind of nice, the fact that someone's going to give you lots of money to record records and stuff too.
Yeah.
And do the things that you want to do.
Yeah,
And
we'll
it's
sell
interesting that you're planning on taking your stuff offshore. Is that because you think that there are no Australian labels that can cater for your style of music? Or?
No, if I think there are Australian labels who can cater for it, but of course Atlanta can do it better. Like, we would have been happy to stay with Waterfront for the rest of our lives, but then as soon as Atlanta come along, it's like, oh yeah.
He said that word, but we'll let that pass. Yeah.
I said that word. Oh,
Okay, well, we'll just have to hope that some good deals come through shortly.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you have a brand new LP out, which, as I mentioned a moment ago, is called Theatre of Gnomes, and people can get, should I say EP? You're right.
Sorry.
It is an EP, and that comes out on Monday. The new EP that you've just recorded, when is that due?
September? July.
July.
July, and then it's back straight into the studio
Yeah, we're
again.
recording again in July.
For which we haven't written.
Yeah, we got to write the songs in the next 2 months.
And Doug's coming out for that one.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
going to give him $1,000 a week. It's 3 weeks, I think he'll be out here. We'll do it. 4 weeks maybe even, I don't know.
Okay, you better start working at McDonald's for that kind of money.
Yep.
Okay, well, Jay and Lenny, thanks for coming in today,
Thank you.
tonight, I should say, at the Australian Music Show. I might just let people know where you're playing. Next Wednesday evening, the 15th of April at the Hopetown in Sydney. Then it's off to Melbourne and Geelong for Easter. And Brisbane people can catch you in May. And you'll be launching this new record at the last weekend of April, but we'll keep you informed on on when. Might as well go out with a new track, a track from the Theatre of Gnomes EP. This one's called Shakedown. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
See ya, bye.